Hi everyone, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison.
And I'm Larry Hygh Jr. Our top story, controversy dogged the Pasadena Police Chief selection process as the community voiced their outrage about the initial secret panel and lack of diversity. The outrage prompted City Manager Michael Beck to convene a second, more transparent panel, revealing the name of the panelists before they interviewed the final candidates. Now the city is ready to announce the final pick at a news conference scheduled for tomorrow, Tuesday, June 15th. We have Pasadena Public Information Officer Ann Erdman on the phone to tell us about the selection process. Thanks for joining us this evening, Ann.
It's my pleasure.
Reports have named Santa Monica Deputy Police Chief Phil Sanchez as the next Chief of Police for Pasadena. Can you confirm that?
We will have an announcement on the selection tomorrow during a press conference at 11:30 a.m. in the council chamber at Pasadena City Hall.
What can you tell us about who was selected?
We'll have an announcement about the selection tomorrow at 11:30 a.m.
Okay, as you know, there has been controversy around this selection process, and part of the controversy stemmed from many community members feeling that the selection process was stacked in favor for interim Chief Vecino. A headhunting firm said he was the best choice. Did that hurt his chances in this final process?
Well, first of all, I'm not aware that the executive search firm actually ranked the finalist candidates. That was really the responsibility of the city manager working with the interviewers. And everyone who was a finalist candidate was given equal weight and stood on their own merits. It was a long and arduous process for the city manager as well as the candidates themselves, and of course the review panels. There was no such thing as a selection panel. Panels did not select anybody. Okay,
and if interim Chief Vecino is not the named tomorrow in the press conference, the police chief, what will be his role in this process from now as we go forward?
I'm actually not going to get into hypotheticals at this point because there's not an announcement yet.
Okay. Were you surprised by the community's reaction to the selection process?
It was not a selection process. It was a review and interview process.
Were you surprised by the reaction to the review and interview process from the community?
I wouldn't say that I was surprised. I was concerned about it, and we certainly take those kinds of comments to heart.
Okay. Do you think this process has hurt City Manager Michael Beck?
I don't think so. He has listened to the community. He has taken a long time to make sure that not only residents and business owners and others in the community had an ample opportunity, not only at community meetings but also online, to provide their opinions. He spent a lot of time developing the two different committees that advised him on the prospective candidates. And I think that everybody who really knows about the process should agree, I hope, that he went above and beyond.
Okay, and I know
this is not a decision that, in other words, that was made overnight and was made quickly.
Okay, and I know the announcement will be made tomorrow. And one more question for you: can we have the exclusive with the new chief, right here on CCN Crown City News?
I can't make any promises in that respect.
Okay.
Because I don't know what that person's schedule is going to be, but I would say come to the press conference and we'll take it from there.
We'd like to get him on next Monday, though.
I'm sure you would.
Okay. Thank you for your time this evening.
You're welcome.
I'm sure we'll continue to follow after the press conference, Sehnita, as this continues to unfold in Pasadena.
Absolutely. It's been a long-running story. And we also had a CCN special on the selection process. And from that, you'll remember Martin Gordon from our special on the selection process controversy. Mr. Gordon, who is with the ACLU, was one of the guests who joined us to share the community's concerns about the process. And he's back with us now to share his opinion on the final selection. Thanks for joining us, Martin.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and as Ann just said, I don't know who has been selected for the police chief officially, so I'm not sure I can comment on what I think about the new chief. What I will say is to back up for a second, because I think what's really important here is what happened in this process. We talked a little bit already about how Michael Beck went about this process, and I think that in finality, he did a good job in trying to put this all back together. But the process started with the city manager appointing Chris Facino as the interim chief. I think there was a risk there, and I'm not sure that was the right way to go. With that happening, the interim chief had the ability to go out into the community, campaign for himself, whereas the other candidates were unable to do that. In fact, we saw Chris Facino in the Northwest more than we've ever seen him since the Michael Zinzin incident. That didn't seem to go well with the Northwest community. Also,
do you think he's, I mean, as far as him being out in the community, I mean, the community has been very up in arms about Christopher Facino, and, you know, especially when he seemed to be the likely pick. Why have they been so critical? I mean, given the time frame of the Michael Zinzin incident, it's been some time now. Do you think he's never been able to repair his relationship with the community?
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. The Michael Zinzin incident happened so many years ago. There were a number of people in the community, and actually a community agency in particular, that said that Chris Facino should get a pass. I think that was wrong. That was not the right idea. The community said Chris Facino doesn't need a pass. That a long time has passed since there, and Chris Facino has had a chance to come to the Northwest community and clear the record and make it straight. In that incident, there was no independent review, like we had in Leroy Barnes' case, where there was an actual independent review that looked at all the different issues that were going on and what the police could have done better and what could have been right or wrong. Also, understanding that there over 3 years before that was brought to conclusion, and although the police department did not find any wrongdoing with Chris Facino, we did find that there was a lawsuit where there was a major settlement. There was still no vetting of this incident with the community or any resolution.
Okay, so in all likelihood, from the reports out there, it probably isn't Chris Facino who is going to be the new chief of police. Do you think anyone who is going to step into that role has a black cloud hanging over their head because of this process?
I don't think so. I think that it was clear that the process was not a great one. Mm-hmm. I think that the secret panel started us out on the wrong foot. I think that the second panel probably wasn't as representative as it seemed, but I think Michael Beck did another thing that was the best part of the process and the most valuable part of the process, is that he went back out in the community and started to talk to individuals, groups, and anybody he could find to say, I really need to get a feel for what's happening in Pasadena.
So you think he redeemed himself with that?
I think that he made a step in the right direction. I think that what Michael learned was that Pasadena is different than Riverside or any city in the nation, is that we are activists when it comes to our community, and when we have a major decision to be made, we expect to be part of that process.
Okay, and that's something that the new chief of police really needs to keep in mind, and we'll find out who that person is tomorrow, and I'm sure you'll have lots more to say then as well.
I'm pretty sure I will.
Well, we hope so, and we hope you'll join us again. So thank you for being here.
All right, thank you.